Things are about to get very magical and very nerdy on set right now. It's time for Entertainment Now with me, TM Powell, sponsored by Emerald City Comics, and Doctor Strange is just killing it at the box office this weekend. And there was no way I wasn't going to talk about this big film without my favorite critic, Felix from monkeysfightingrobots.com, who is a huge Doctor Strange fan. I need you here to pronounce all these weird things because I know I like to be an expert about all the nerdy stuff, but you are an expert when it comes to Strange.
Hoary hosts of Hoggoth and the Vishanti
Or
and Agamotto.
The Eye of Agamotto,
yes,
right?
one of the cooler props in the film. I was so relieved. We're 14 movies in now, but I'm still waiting for the other foot to drop. I'm waiting for them to drop that bad one, and we still haven't got it.
Not even Thor: The Dark World?
Well, you know what? That's a sequel. It's
Loki
a sophomore effort.
There
There are good parts of it. Okay, it's not my favorite by far. But this film comes through for me because that classic Steve Ditko and Stan Lee look to the film, it's trippy.
Oh, yes.
It was out of this world, literally, in terms of its visuals. But I love the way that they do magic, the way they explain it within the context of the Marvel Universe.
It's science. And they talked about this in Thor, that
Yes.
it's science. And I know we're getting really nerdy right now. I apologize with all this nerdiness. But yeah, it's magic. And sometimes magic can be a tough sell. I mean, we still kind of look at magic and be as dorky thanks to people like Job on Arrested Development and different characters like this. Even Harry Potter gets a bad rap. But
Does it though? I mean, we've got
sometimes.
a new Harry Potter film coming in a couple of weeks. We're all excited about that. I mean, all of Pottermore is excited for
You
that.
love it, Vanessa loves it, you know, Erica behind the scenes, she loves it, but there's a lot of people that just won't give it a chance. And I worry about this with Doctor Strange because this is out there. I think this is the most unique MCU film movie I have ever seen. It is very unique in the look, like you said, it's like a kaleidoscope at times. But also, we're used to seeing like super soldiers and iron suits. This is more of like cerebral, I guess, like thought-provoking and the mind-altering and the astral plane. It's a different beast. But I gotta say, I thought it was just so cool, man. It was just so trippy, like you said, and wild. And the cast, I mean, I cannot talk enough about how great Marvel cast. For all the controversy that surrounded Tilda Swinton, I thought she was one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot more humor to the Ancient One character than I was expecting. I was gonna say, in terms of the film being a hard sell, that's where this cast comes in.
Yes.
In terms of Chiwetel Ejiofor and Mads Mikkelsen, this incredible, even Rachel McAdams, you know, being the one sort of grounded character, the non-magical character. That's not a spoiler. But this cast is what's going to bring people in that are a little skeptical in terms of the magic. And then Cumberbatch, of course. You bring in the heavy, you class up the joint, and it works.
Yeah, you got an Academy Award winner with Tilda Swinton. You got Academy Award nominee with Chiwetel and Benedict Cumberbatch. The other Benedict Wong, who plays Fittingly Wong. I have a little problem with that name, but that's from the books, you say. But I thought he was fantastic. I mean, he is great as the librarian. It does have some of the same issues that plague some of the Marvel movies, maybe the villains again. For some reason, Marvel just can't seem to tap into those villains like I think they should. But the heroes make up for it again. I highly recommend this film. It's a lot of fun. I think parents will like it. I think kids will like it. I also think, because it's heavy origin, just like that first Iron Man, it really reminds me of that. But I think in a lot of ways, the non-comic book fan could enjoy this because it doesn't rely on the rest of the other franchise, those films, to prop it up. It's its own movie.
I believe that the one we can really compare it to is Ant-Man, just from 2 years ago, in terms of it being another origin story, kind of a throwback to phase one of those films. It doesn't come with the same baggage. Now, I do have some concerns about this film. I think it kind of skirts the line of goofy in terms of its attempts at humor, and that may throw some people out of it who want a more serious film. But people who love Deadpool, people who love lots of humor in their superhero films, you're gonna love this movie.
It surprised me with the humor because I'm used to Doctor Strange. I did read Doctor Strange. I'm familiar with that character, but it's a little bit more serious, you know, like visual, vibrant colors, everything. So I was surprised with the comedy. It didn't bother me. I didn't think the jokes fell flat. And after, you know, the whole DC franchise, how they can't put a single laugh in any of their movies, I don't mind it so much. But yeah, I like this a lot. I think it'll make a lot of money. Now, there's some other films out this weekend too. I know you didn't get a chance to see Hacksaw Ridge, but I did. I really thought this was a good movie. Now, when it comes to Oscars, we'll see how that goes. But when it comes to Mel Gibson, I know you haven't seen it yet, but do you think people are ready to forgive him?
I think they're ready to see a film that he's made, especially one like this, that, like Braveheart, it does not shy away from the violence,
it's
doesn't
gory.
shy away from the harsh realities of war. And it's a heroic story, and it's a story that people aren't as familiar with. So you almost want to go in ignoring the fact that it's Mel Gibson behind the camera. He doesn't appear in the film. It's another strong cast. This really shows off, from what I've seen, Andrew Garfield in a role that, okay, look, you can do more than just be Spider-Man in a bad Sony Spider-Man movie.
Not to be punny, but he's amazing in it. He may not have been amazing. Actually, I thought he was good in the
He was all right, yes.
He was one of the better parts. It's just
Yes.
that film franchise was doomed. Sony didn't
The
have the right
scripts
handle.
were bad, right.
Terrible. But he is great in this. It's a very interesting character. Different type of war pick, too, with, no spoilers here. He didn't want to bear arms. He didn't want to pick up arms and fight. But I got to ask real quick, where are all our Oscar films? I feel like we should have seen more by now.
I don't know. I think we had Hell or High Water in August.
Loved it. One of my favorite movie of the year still.
And we had some things early in the year that I would like to see recognized, but again, it's tough to go back that far. Captain Fantastic, we've talked about a number of different times. Denial with Rachel Weisz and Timothy Spall. That movie, and Tom Wilkinson, that film should be at least up for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actor, also Screenplay. You know what? I think Deepwater Horizon, believe it or not, in terms of technical categories, just...
Sully, too.
Yes, and Sully. Though I think that may be a hard sell with the politics of one Clint Eastwood.
You may be right about that. But yeah, I just feel like I'm still waiting to see him. I've seen a lot of great performances, I feel like, but not that one that just stands out. There's still some good ones to go, we'll see. And there's also still some fun ones too, like Fantastic Beasts. I can't wait. And we have Arrival next week. We previewed that in our fall preview. I'm looking forward to that. Well, check out Felix on monkeyspitingrobots.com. Thanks again for coming. I was not going to not have you talk Doctor Strange. Trust
Always a
Let's
pleasure.
do it. Oh, gosh, we've turned every woman off in this whole viewing area.
Not everyone.
Most of them. Not our girlfriends and wives, basically. Well, make sure to check out Felix on monkeyspitingrobots.com. You can check me out on CW44.com. Coming up on the show, Tara's going to be talking to Dale Gordon from Film Tampa Bay. Also, Vanessa's going to be going Beyond the Mic with Johnny B. We got a lot to go on the show, so stick around.
Entertainment Now with TM Powell. Brought to you by Emerald City Comics.